I think we could all agree that our minds are our greatest powers, and Benjamin Irvine is here to talk a little bit about that, especially relating to kids. So
Yes.
You've created this brand, the Neuroknights.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
It all started because of my grandson. He was sitting there watching some YouTube videos, and it was like somebody playing a video game. And I'm listening to this, and it's like, oh, I'm jumping over a hole. Hey, I'm doing this. And he spends hours like watching other people play video games. So I said, there's got to be something better on, right? So I started doing some searching, and all the science stuff I found was kind of boring, and it didn't really it didn't really gain his interest. So I decided to write a book. And I'm like, okay, so I'm going to create these Neuroknight characters, and I found artists to draft them, and we created all these characters. And then I got with my wife, Dr. Mel Irvine, and she really helped me out with the medical stuff. So we started kind of integrating like health for kids. So like the first book is on eating healthy. The next one is like on addiction, but we use like energy drinks because kids can relate to that. And like the next one that comes out, it's actually being illustrated now, is on hormones, because kids need to learn more about hormones, especially with COVID. So the hormones is really being impacted by that. My wife knows all about that stuff.
Yeah.
That's not my gig. So I took that, and then I started going, health and learning kind of go hand in hand. So I developed Neuroknights.com. And with Neuroknights.com, it's a educational platform for kids where parents have full control. So they can turn things off and on. Like if they don't want their kids watching cartoons, they turn it off. If they don't want their kids playing the games, they can turn it off or on. And then as far as like the education part, AI does have a role in that. And a lot of it has to do with, some things that the parents answer. So it's really progressing. And then there's an app that's coming out sometime in June. So we'll have the website and then the app, and then it'll just kind of grow from there. And then my music that I did, which I've got probably 20 songs out now, and they've really started to climb.
Yeah.
And I took poems that I had, and this is what I mean about people using AI as a tool, not an albeit, because AI doesn't really create anything. It takes everything that humans create, and then it makes something, but it has to have that idea, right?
Yeah.
So I took AI, I took my poems that I wrote over the years, put it into AI. I play a guitar, so I played a tune, put that into AI to help kind of construct a nice melody. So I've been able to really create like some really cool stuff, like a mixture of 1930s mixed with EDM and and it's really come out really nice.
Nice. Well, obviously people can go to Neuroknights.com for this kid educational element. Your music, where can people find your music?
It's on iTunes, Spotify, all the streaming networks.
Okay, great. All under your name?
Yeah, I'm registered as an artist with BMI, Song Trust.
Nice.
So.
Very cool. Well, I mean, I have to say, when you sat down and said you got this idea from your grandson, I couldn't believe you were old enough to have grandkids.
That's because of my wife.
Yeah.
My wife does regenerative therapies.
Okay, all right.
Really smart.
The whole family's smart
I
and talented.
turned 51 this year.
Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
So when you look at what you've created and see how it's helped not just your grandson, but it's helping other kids, how does that feel?
So everybody has been behind me. So like people that I started with, like book publishers, Angela, Martin, Paul Anderson. At first, I was just a client. Now they've started to see what I'm doing, so they've taken a real personal interest in this. And then like Jason Goldman, the app developer, at first he was going to be done in January, but he's doing a lot of pro bono stuff because he has kids, and he's like, oh, we're going to make this big. And even like Royal X, who I found through Fiverr, who's doing the website and all the back end stuff, his whole team now is using Neuroknights.com for their kids, and they're having their kids utilize it, and their kids are really starting to excel. So they're seeing like the benefit of this. And it's cool because like there's 3 portals. One's parent portal, one's kids portal, one's teacher's portal. So the teacher will be given a code by the parent, a number, and then they can see their whole class. And what it'll do is AI will basically say, hey, based on all this information, your kids really need help in these areas that are in your class. Whether or not, I'm going to start with homeschoolers, because public schools are a little bit harder to get stuff like this into. So I'll start with homeschoolers and private schools and stuff like that, trying to really kind of get it in their hands, because it's really a powerful tool.
Very cool. Well, Benjamin, thank you so much for making time for us today. We really appreciate it and can't wait to see how far this goes. All right, guys, we'll be right back.